Hey guys, this is Jung. Welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about things that I hate about my 2021 Subaru WRX STI. Now, this is going to be part one of a two-part video series about things I like and dislike about the STI. And so we're going to get started with the things that I don't like first. But before we get into that, I just want to say, overall, I love this car. I don't care what anybody says, I absolutely love this car. Now, with that being said, as with anything, there will be pros and cons, things you love and things you hate, and the STI is no different. Keep that in mind. And in all honesty, the things that I'm going to talk about today they're really grabbing at straws, because I struggled to really come up with anything that I don't like about this car, because like I said, I love it. Now, the first and most obvious thing, and you can probably tell what's coming, is the MPG, miles per gallon. This car, for a turbo 4-cylinder, is god-awful on fuel. Now, I don't really care about that because I knew about that coming in, and I didn't buy this car to drive it like a Prius or, hyper mile it. Who cares? Cool car, fun to drive. It's the nature of what comes with it. Now, the second thing that I don't like about this car is the lack of adjustable dampers. So it only has one suspension mode. I guess I've been a little bit spoiled coming from more of a modern car in the 10th Gen SI, in which it had a normal and sport mode. And in sport mode, if I wanted, tighter suspension, then I had it with the push of a button. If I wanted softer suspension, I would push the button again and it will go back to normal. This doesn't have that. And not that it really matters to me, but I would rather have something and not need it than need it and not have it. Now, I understand this is an old platform, so that's just how it is. And to be honest, I think the suspension is fine, even for daily driving, so I'm not complaining too much about it. Another thing that I don't like, and I want to come up here, is the lack of the blind spot monitoring. In the limited trim of this exact car, there is a blind spot monitor, and it'll pop up like a yellow symbol here when someone's in your blind spot. And this car doesn't have that. And I really don't like that, because yes, it's another feature, but is it worth sacrificing the safety of your user base for them to, I guess, kind of hold it hostage for more money, right? Because the reason I didn't buy the limited trim is because I don't need any of the stuff that's on the limited trim other than the blind spot monitoring. Now, I don't need that necessarily either, but that's something that I wanted and something that I couldn't get unless I got the limited. Again, I'm just picking at straws here to find things to complain about, but in all reality, not a big deal. Another thing that I want to talk about is the fact that when I shut the car off, the music does not stop until I open the door. And I really don't like that. I just don't know why. It's nothing in particular, but I just want it to shut off as I turn the engine off. I'm not sure if there's a setting for that, so if anyone knows about that and can tell me how I can do that, then that would be great. But for now, I'm going to put it on this list of things that I don't like. And the final thing that I don't like is going to come on the interior. And I apologize since it's a little bit dark, so I'll turn on the light here. But the final thing that I don't like is the center console storage is very minimal and it's very small. I do not like that. I carry a lot of stuff around with me. It would be really nice if this area was a little bit bigger, because we have two cup holders here, and I usually carry a water bottle in one of them. And I put my phone up here when I'm driving, and So there's not a lot of storage space, and I think I've just been spoiled by my previous car because it had a lot of, you know, the console storage space here. But again, I'm picking at straws, and there's really not that much that I don't like about this car, other than the things that I had mentioned. Who the heck is texting me? Overall, I love the car, and these things that I mentioned that I don't like, I'm really just nitpicking at things that I don't like. But in all reality, none of those things are a deal breaker for me. And I absolutely love driving this car. I cannot wait until the next time I drive it. I always look forward to getting in the car, starting it up, and taking it wherever, even if I may not necessarily have a destination. And so all of the things that I mentioned, they're really minor things that doesn't really detract from the overall experience of the car, because the STI is all about the driver experience. And in terms of the driver experience, there is not a whole lot out there at this price point that has this amount of performance and is this much fun. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap up today's video. Thank you for watching. If you always have questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. I usually try my best to get to all of them. So let me know down in the comments, and I'll catch you guys next time.